Hello again, Broncos country.
Really excited to chop up some Broncos with you all this week.
Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS.
Orange
It is that time, your favorite time of the week. We're not for the Raiders, Chargers, or Chiefs. So grab your brews and your fantasy league. We got that blue and orange blood that you bleed. Rock, Lindsay, Sutton, and Judy. We are the Mile High Broncos country.
Orange Weekly, fans, brews, and Broncos news. What is up, Broncos country? We are back for the very first game of the season, some tailgate talk. And of course, I have the one, the only, Ayla. How you doing?
I am so fired up. And jealous.
Should
that
be.
You
It should be.
here.
Oh,
I mean,
you should be because it's
done, but that.
Did you guys see that in the end zone? What they painted in the end zone? The old
They got the
school
old
D.
school D, right?
It's there. It's there.
There we go. Boom, shake the room.
Okay, guys, start posting your comments and questions. We are less than an hour away from game time. We have a ton of fans in there. Hit that share button for us. And of course, guys, don't forget, as we have the past, 5 years since we started, we will be doing the halftime hash. So make sure you check out your Facebook notifications, because as soon as halftime starts, Ray is going to be here from Ragers. He's going to be breaking down halftime with you guys and talking to you about that. So, get up, get your drink, whatever, replenish your snacks. Don't listen to the announcers on TV. They don't know what they're talking about. You want to be here with Ray. So, obviously, we got the inactives list. We'll break that down here in a minute. But, Ayla, it's game time. Tennessee Titans are in town. What you thinking?
Bring them on to the Mile High, fans or no fans. We're all there in spirit. They can't take that away from us. I think this is the perfect game for the Broncos to come out and show their worth. Despite everything that we've been through over the last few years, all the changes, we're going to show everybody how adaptable we are. And, despite adversity, let's get this win to start the season off right. I am just pumped for all of it. We'll take the bad and sail on the good.
So, it's been a crazy week one already, guys. And if you haven't seen some of the scores around the league and just, knock on wood, I don't want to say the I word in which people hurt during that. I don't want to say it before the game, but it has been a very interesting week one. And that's, not many fans in the stadium, about 500, which is just friends, family, a couple other people. But the crowd noise we pumped in, they have the cutouts of fans. They even have a cutout of Barrel Man in the stands. So
and they have
Barrel Man, the one, there you go. So we got people in the stands. Now, when we talk about home field advantage, well, there's no real fans. However, the Broncos do have one home field advantage that pretty much no other home team had this weekend, and that is the altitude. So
that's
how big is that going to come into play?
I think it always comes into play. People don't even realize it until you're there. And even until, you might start out pretty okay, but then halftime hits and you are winded when you're not used to that. It's very hard on people. So it's an underestimated thing. Seahawks have the 12th man and we have the no air. So it's
Seahawks. I mean, who cares about the Seahawks? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get some of this stuff set
it's just
up.
It's just our secret weapon. And unless you've lived in Colorado and really know what we're talking about, you can get sick from it. Literally, like people get sick, and it's no joke. So,
Ryan, how you doing? He's just winded. Man, we are so pumped over here. It's not even funny. I haven't even taken a drink of I got to hold on.
You haven't kept
it tastes like winning.
Yes.
That's what it tastes like. Ryan, yeah. I'm glad you're here. Gary, we'll get to your comment here in a second. Nathan, accept an in-depth answer. We're going to have to find an in-depth or a player that's going to be able to step up this game.
Well, I'm pretty excited to watch some of the new guys. So we finally will get to unleash Drew Lock for real. I feel like this is a kind of like a rookie season 2.0. He gets like a head start. He's got a little depth behind him, but he's still new and still fresh. So I think that is something that will be an advantage for us as well.
It's got to be. It's absolutely got to be. And you know what? Well, let's go ahead and start breaking down some of these injuries because obviously the Broncos have a number of people on the injury list, the inactive list, but so do the Titans. They've got quite the list of
they do. They don't have
injuries on their side
coming either. And despite the people not playing, I mean, Vaughn's out for a while. Sutton's not going to make it. I guess he couldn't do the 10 jumping jacks that coach said he needed to do, but that's okay. If he's not ready, then don't bring him back yet. And I'm fine with that. We've got other guys that get to step up, and I bet they're fired up to do what they need to do. So
and at home,
yeah, and at home.
You guys are fantastic. Felicia, how you doing? I'm not gonna be able to say hi to everyone. Hey, we do have our first one from Dan here. Post your score predictions below. We don't have any prizes for whoever gets it right, other than you're going to be our number one fan for the night if you get it right. So, we'll go with that.
Maybe we could open that up if we get let's say, what should we set it at? If we get 20 people to post a score, at least 20, I can open up a prize.
Let's do it. Put those score predictions.
Share the video.
Yep.
Make it happen. We got time before the game starts, you guys.
Hit that share button. Hit the react button for us. And 20 score predictions, and we might open up a prize. I love it, Ayla. You're awesome. Okay, so.
And by the way, I'm terrible at score predictions, so I'm not going to put mine in there.
It's not going to be 0-0. So. Okay. There's not going to be any negative points on the board. So at that point, we got, so obviously we know Von Miller. We just talked about that. Cortland Sutton, we just talked about. One of the I don't want to say surprising ones to me, but I was really hoping to see him there was KJ Hamler because our second round pick from this year's draft. And I mean, we wanted him for the speed he has. I was really excited to see what he's going to do on special teams, returning those punts and kickoffs. But we're going to have to wait another week. It doesn't sound like it was too bad of an injury. And what I'm getting from this, especially with the Sutton injury and now the Hamler injury, it's game one. We don't want these guys to go down for months at a time. We have depth. We need players to step up anyway. So, let's just sit these guys out for a week, let them heal up, and then be full strength next week, ready to go against the Steelers.
Yeah, seriously, let's get them rested. Let these other guys get a little practice in. I think that's fine because it will be that season to be injury prone. Unfortunately, without preseason, we're kind of jumping in there. It's like exercising without stretching out completely. It's going to happen. And anybody who's already kind of strained themselves, give them a break. this will be these other guys' chance. It'll be their moment. They got to be fired up to even have a chance to start right now in the NFL. So,
yep. Andrew is not a Broncos fan, so he's not going to be entered into the prize, even though he put a score prediction there. Let's see. Keep them coming in, guys. CJ, Broncos winning close 23-20. And you know what? I do think this is going to be a close game. I really do. And what I think it's going to come down to is, how does Jerry Jeudy do? I don't think Drew Lock's going to have too much of a problem getting the ball down the field. At least I'd like to think so.
I would like to
but
think so too.
Everyone, I mean, this whole offseason, people have been talking about how fantastic Jerry Jeudy looks. They have been talking him up. And now I don't fully doubt it, but this is his first NFL game, and now he's essentially wide receiver number 1. So
And it's different. I mean, it's a different ball game. I hate sounding so cliche all the time, but it's, I guess, kind of turning into my thing. But it is. He's going to have to step up. But I think we're also lucky that we have Philip Lindsay. And then I'm excited to see how he works with Melvin Gordon. I think I think that's going to be a great duo. It'll give Drew Lock a lot of movement for himself. It'll give him a break. It'll give him a chance to take a breath and make those guys work. Let's start getting some first downs straight out of the chute. Let's do it from the get-go. Let's not have to play catch up.
Yep, exactly. Linnea here does think the Broncos are going to win 21-17. Glad to see a Chiefs fan is predicting us to win. Angela is from Kansas City. I don't know what it's like to live in enemy territory. Ayla, you're kind of you're married to enemy territory. I mean,
no, but I don't feel like it's as enemy as our own division. I mean, it's like I couldn't have married a Raiders fan.
Oh.
I don't even think a Chiefs fan either. Let's myself.
No.
At least it's the other division. And they were Seahawks fans were very polite after they kicked our ass in the Super Bowl.
They were. I will admit it. There wasn't any I think they just knew how bad we felt to begin with. There was no need to rub our face in. So that sucked.
Yeah. So that's cool.
One other, I guess, surprising inactive is Albert Okuwebunam. David's not the only one that can say it now. It's Okuwebunam.
Oh.
I practiced, and David can suck it because now I can say it too. But so, a tight end there that, again, I was really excited to see what he was going to do. I think we're going to be offensively. I would not be surprised if you see Noah Fant getting a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Just Pat Shurmur's offense to begin with, but without Sutton there, I mean, we're gonna try and do what we can with Jeudy. Maybe give him some, quick ins or whatever, some quick routes, give him the ball, get him some confidence, right? But I think you're going to see a lot of action from Noah Fant. And I was hoping to see Okuwebunam get some looks out there, but again, we're going to have to see how that works out. So we do have a question here. How many beers did Andy Reid have to pound to see through the windshield with no wipers in a rainstorm? I do not know how many beers.
Wow.
I'm guessing 50.
I know he was breathing real hard.
BG Jones, how you doing? 21-10 and is his guess right there.
And these all better be for the Broncos winning, you guys.
Oh, they are.
That's why I'm terrible with these score predictions, because
we'll get to ours here at the end, Ayla. We'll get here to ours. Hey, keep posting those score predictions, but also post some comments and questions. Let us know what you think in terms of what to expect from the game. And
so yeah, because we're really, it's exciting. I think one thing that I'm looking forward to, Cushionberry starting at center, this is going to be fun because that's a super important position on the team. And from what I could tell, he is ready. He seems focused. He seems excited, but a different kind of excited. Jerry Jeudy is obviously excited. He's in there dancing and, being loud about it.
So
and I've seen that. Yeah, me too. I mean, I can't help it. You can't keep this girl down. But I've seen this focus in his eye, which I think is really important, especially for the job that he needs to get done. So that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how it actually plays out tonight, and if he can hold his own.
Yeah, I think, look, a lot of these young players are going to really have to hold their own. I don't. Does the Tennessee defense scare me? No. But we're such a young offense and brand new playbook from Pat Shurmur. This is the first time they're really going to test it out. So, it's just going to be interesting to see. And I've said this for the last 3 weeks now. I think the game is going to come to if we can stop their running back. I've had too many beers already.
Oh gosh, we need Matt right now.
We do need Matt right now, so he can make fun of me. Henry, if we can start Henry.
Like, how could we forget that one? Get out of town.
He's not a Bronco. I really don't care at the end of the day.
Another
Where is Matt? But if we can stop Derrick Henry, I think that's if we force him to throw, they're going to be testing out our brand new secondary, basically. But
and we get to watch the secondary go to work, and that is it's going to be clutch this whole season. We're just going to have to shut it down at the line, make them throw the ball, make them break up the passes, and not let them get any easy yardage. I think it'll be so exciting. I mean, was this not the longest day ever, Kev Dan? I'm sitting here watching the minutes pass like they're trudging through some tar pits. It's terrible. And we still have to wait another almost hour. Jeez. I will need another beer before the game starts.
We're here with some fantastic people, and look, guys, that's why we do this. We do this so we can talk to you guys and see what you guys have to say. So you guys are fantastic.
He got shit out our defense. Yeah,
He doesn't.
Let's trudge him through the mud. Let's just show him.
Yeah.
Underestimate us. Nobody's even giving us a chance for the most part.
No.
And I think we're good. I believe in Fangio. I think that was a great coaching change for us. I think everybody's gelling a little bit better with that. And yeah, he brings that defensive edge no matter what. So I like it. I've been watching a lot of his interviews. And I think this is it, you guys. I think we have something special this year. I think we're super underestimated.
I think so too. It's one thing I'm going to expect, and guys, don't be surprised if this happens, are the Titans to really test our secondary. I would expect in the first quarter, you're going to see one, if not two, really deep passes there. And so, I'm sure that they're aware of that, but they got to communicate. And this is the first time pretty much they're all together back there, right? So
yeah,
those guys have to be on their game. And if we shut down those couple early passes down deep, I think that's what's going to force them to, okay, let's rely on the run. If we shut that down, okay, now we have to pass, and it's going to be a lot more predictable at that point, right? So,
right. And as long as they can keep it clean, let's keep the penalties off the field. Let's make them actually earn those yards, because we don't want to just give them anything haphazardly. It's just that will kill us. It deflates your energy when that kind of stuff happens. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see if Garrett Bowles comes through with his word of trying to be better with less penalties. What's up, Andy?
What's up, Andy? How you doing?
No, that guy's known me forever. We've one of my brother's best friends. I love it. Hey. But yeah, let's not give them anything easily. Let's make them earn it. And let's earn our own yards. I mean, as much as I love a good PI when it's on our side of the ball, but let's actually do it and have a clean game. Let's see if Garrett Bowles, come on, buddy. I've been pulling for that guy. He says he's going to try and clean his act up. I want to believe him. So let's see it and make it happen. Quarterback.
A lot of people, and put them in the chat if you disagree with me, a lot of people still know him as Garrett Holtz. Mm-hmm. And rightfully so. Okay?
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Now, With me though, I'm going to give him a clean slate. Okay.
All right, Cal.
He's back to Garrett Bowles.
Nice guy. You are.
I'm gonna trust that what we saw at the end of last season with his improvements and his stats, we're genuine. We're real. Okay. Plus he knows that we didn't pick up his 5th-year option. This is a make or break year for him, So there's no more, oh, I'm only a rookie, and well, Joe Flacco's back there and I have to hold the guy, otherwise he's gonna get sacked or something, right?
Because he can't move, you
Right.
know. It's like,
so there are.
You've got a different quarterback. He did kind of turn it around. His numbers were better with Drew Lock, but he's got to prove it too. And I heard him say it, and he wants to make a change. So let's see it. Put those words into action, man.
Yeah. Ziggy disagrees with me. He's saying 5 holes tonight.
No,
God, I hope that's wrong.
Come on, I hope that's wrong.
I mean, I get it. Look, I get it. I really had to convince myself to start fresh with this guy. Okay. I hope that I'm not eating my words by the end of tonight. And Ziggy, if he gets 5 penalties, I'll be mentioning that you were unfortunately very correct and I was very wrong. So come back for that.
Come back for an apology if that happens.
Yeah.
But
I mean, how many times over the last 3 years was our offense moving the ball, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 20, or 1st and 20, and it just kills an entire drive.
And that just makes so much more work for everybody else, especially on when we get a good run, when we were getting some yardage and then you get a call back and then you're back further. It just really...
Ryan, I like Ryan. He's got a good sense of humor, man.
Right, I love it. Well, we might as well have fun.
Ziggy, yeah.
It's all we can do at this point. After the last few years of terribleness, we have to have fun with this, you guys. This is going to be the weirdest year of football, and we've learned to be pliable as a team. We, I think, can build on these young guys. I think we've got a good base to go on. So that is something to look forward to. We're not falling apart at the seams. We are putting the seams back together.
Yep. So that's definitely one thing to watch out for. Now, we mentioned them earlier, Melvin Gordon and Philip Lindsay. I guess I want to hear all of your guys' takes, everyone who's watching, but then yours as well, Ayla. Obviously, we expect Melvin Gordon to be the starter because we're paying him a shit ton of money, right? But
I think they were both lined up as spot 1, though. They didn't even split them up in the category of who.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know. That. I mean, for me, I would expect first snaps to go to Philip Lindsay, and that's just a girl guess, but it's what I'm feeling like. And yeah, we can put Melvin Gordon. I think they're just going to use them to tag team. I think they've come into it that they really understand at this point in time. Sure, it's kind of a competition, but they have to work together, and they're going to.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're going to be, pitting each other, fighting amongst each other, right? But
no, that's
I think it's
look at the beginning of picking them up, and they just had to squash that shit. It's just
and I don't see that from Philip Lindsay. I don't see that from Melvin Gordon. But I'm really expecting it to push them to that next level of saying, "Hey, I'm the number 1 guy. No, I'm the number 1 guy." And just okay, well, who's 1A and who's 1B? And what I expect there is really who has the hot hand through the first quarter, and then they're going to be the go-to guy the rest of the game, right? Because that's not just tonight.
He has to get used to the altitude too. There's one thing that he even mentioned beforehand. So even if he is having a hot night, he will be able to crutch on Lindsay a little bit, who's definitely a Colorado kid. He's used to it.
Yeah,
he thrives on it.
Yep. Hey, everyone, really quickly, just if you haven't watched Orange Weekly before, we're going to do this pregame show before every game, obviously. But also we have our halftime hash show. Don't forget about that. Ray's going to be with you tonight. Watch your Facebook notifications, Twitter notifications, even Twitch notifications, because we're on Twitch now. Watch for that. He's going to go live a couple minutes before halftime, but then the actual show itself will start right at halftime. He'll be here to talk to you guys about the first half of the game, how it's going, hear your thoughts, and he'll put his inputs in as well. Hopefully it's good news. We'll see. But either way, Ray's going to be running that. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. We got new podcasts out with Ragers around sports betting. We got the pregame podcast, postgame podcast. And if anything else, guys, please give us a review on Facebook or one of the podcast spots. That's what helps us out more than anything. Please give us that 5-star review. You are all fantastic. And, we just want to keep doing this for you guys. So any feedback you can give us will be greatly appreciated.
And always send in your questions, comments. That is what makes this show the best, is because we are all in this together.
No, Jesse, you're awesome.
I love it.
So, Alfredo, good question here. How will Von Miller's replacement do? Obviously, we're expecting Malik Reed to be out there on the other side. Bradley Chubb is not an active, but we're still expecting him to be on that pitch count, right? So, maybe those third down plays, just rushing the quarterback, not being out there, I would say more than 50% of the time. He's still coming off that injury from last year. He hasn't had a preseason to really get comfortable yet, and that's just another guy we cannot absolutely lose. So I'd rather him take a game or two and really work up to his 100% level. But I just don't see him throwing them out there tonight and being out there for 90% of the snaps. It's just going to be it's going to be thin on the outside linebacker area,
which gives Malik Reed the perfect opportunity to step up. Exactly what I was talking about before. These guys who wouldn't have had the opportunity right away, they're getting their time to shine. And I think when it comes to NFL and professionalism, that's when they're going to step up the hardest.
Yeah.
They know they have big shoes to fill and that their job is important, and they're going to feel like they're part of the team now. So I would only imagine that should give them a lot more excitement to work really hard and prove themselves.
Yeah. And Alfredo, this is the theme for not just tonight, but throughout the season, because to me, and I know people aren't going to want to hear this, but to me, this season is what's going to set the tone for the next 5. Okay. Are we a fringe playoff team? Yes. We'll talk about that more in depth as we get closer to the end of the season. But if we can really build that foundation this year and carry that momentum into next year, that's where it's not going to be maybe they're a playoff team. This is going to be, hey, everybody, all these guys have 2 years of experience at least. They're young. They have this second year of this offensive playbook down pat. And that's what we're going to be talking about. No, this is a playoff team. Just where in the playoffs are they going to fit in? And remember, everyone, this is the first year after the recent CBA that there will be 17 playoff teams, and only the number 1 seeds from each conference are going to be getting that first round bye. So there is an additional spot there for us to squeeze in and hopefully make some noise there. But this team has potential. But I'm just trying to stay reserved because my heart's been broken too many times in the past, Ayla.
Reserved.
You weren't here for it. Well, I used to be voted the most optimistic here at Orange Weekly. And in recent years, Jared has taken that role over because I couldn't anymore, but hey, new season, new players, new playbooks. I'm excited though.
And it's not like I'm not, cautiously optimistic. But my heart has been stomped on for a long time. And I just keep rolling with it because I'm not going to give up on them. I see our whole, everybody working together. We have our goal in sight, which is another Super Bowl, which I feel we won't have to wait for as long as the last hiatus.
No.
I think it can definitely happen. And you're onto something, Kev. Like, this can be our building year. Like, we can use this as the block of the new foundation. Like, that's it. We gave Flacco a chance. That didn't happen. So we had a good leg up. with Drew Lock and his 5 games at the end of last year. Let's keep going from there. Let's snowball off of that because, I mean, let's face it, when you look at the numbers and weren't we technically second in our division last year? I mean, yeah, out of town. So people will always doubt us because we've been so great before. And I just know that we can achieve greatness again. And that's where my optimism comes in, because when you've been a Broncos fan for life, you know what this whole you just know what they're capable of.
100%. Hey, Ziggy, good question. Melvin's contract, I believe, is for 1 year. I don't know if Ailey, if you want to take a quick look at that. I believe it's for 1 year, if not 2. But good question in terms of Clay Matthews. John Elway and company have reached out to a couple different pass rushers to include Clay Matthews. We have plenty of salary cap, but unfortunately, we haven't been able to get near any kind of
2 years.
2 years. But we haven't been able to get to any kind of agreement with either of those players. I can't remember who the second one is. We are shopping though. And what I expect to see is if we have real pass rushing issues tonight, John Elway might step up his game and offer a little bit more or a lot more to at least get some depth there and some experience. If we do really well tonight, you might say, you know what, maybe we don't need to go spend a ton of money on some veterans. So I would
because Clay Matthews, I mean, as big as that name is, like, could he really bring something to the table anymore? I don't know.
You know, yeah, experience is real. I think that's what, if anything, that's what they're looking for. You're not going to get some bombshell player,
right?
At this point, right. Anybody who's good is taken, right? So, it's going to be interesting, and week 1 football, you never know.
Who's going to catch up with everybody at halftime? We want to see you guys for that.
Yes. Drop us a comment if you're going to be here at halftime.
Yeah.
Do it. And then we'll check. We'll see if you're actually here.
Because once the game starts, you can't predict scores anymore. That's it.
Yes. We do need more score predictions. There is a potential prize giveaway in the near future if we keep getting those score predictions. And you know what? Hey, guys, take a screenshot of your score prediction. And then if you're right, send it to us either on Instagram or Facebook because we want to see. And then I can't promise anything, Ayla, but if somebody gets the score right and it's a Broncos win, if you're picking the Titans, then no, I don't care about your score prediction. But if the Broncos win and your score prediction is correct, we might chip in on something there, Ayla. We shall.
Heck yeah, no, we can have it. We got prizes in the bank, y'all.
What?
Yeah, let's get it, get a little excitement behind this. We can make a prize. I can pull a rabbit out of a hat.
Jessica, I cannot imagine being out there on the East Coast. And you know what? Being up at 6 a.m., I have to as well. Look, I have training all day tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So when we're recording the post-game podcast, 6:30 in the morning. So, guys, please listen to that because we're going to be getting up pretty early to record that and get that out there for you guys. So we'll see how it goes, but it's going to be worth it one way or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 kids that are very tiny, so I just don't get any sleep anyways.
I'm right there with Jessica, though.
I woke up this morning like crazy excited, just like I do every year. I had it on my time hop. It's like, for the last 11 years, you're super excited for football this summer. Okay, I've only been on time hop that long, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm tracking.
Let's see. So back to what would you most excited about? Because I'm going to have to get out of here and grab another beer before the game starts. Otherwise,
we're going to wrap up here soon.
It's going to take me through the roof.
No, we're going to wrap up here soon. But what am I most excited about?
Yeah.
Question. I can only pick one thing.
Go. Yes.
Okay. It's probably going to be cliche and what everyone is saying. Jerry Jeudy.
Ooh, okay.
Look, everyone's been hyping him. Every time somebody in ESPN or whatever sports, Yahoo, they are saying he is, his routes are phenomenal. He's one of the best wide receivers come out of the draft in ages. Well, he's going to get tested tonight, right? So
yeah,
let's see him do it.
he seemed to have good work ethic behind that as well, which is key because, I mean, all the talent in the world you can have, but if you're not willing to learn with your new team, work that playbook, and I'm excited for that too. Yeah.
You have something else?
Drew Lock, man, bring it. I'm excited to see what this guy has. Like, give me a quarterback that we can have for a while. Let's get our quarterback. I hope he's our guy. That's where I've been cautiously optimistic. We got super lucky with Peyton Manning and his resurrection after the neck thing. I was feeling like maybe Flacco could have done the same, but was seriously wrong about that one. And I think this kid has it all. It seems like people like him. He's got talent. He's got work ethic. I hope he's our guy.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, this is his rookie year. Look, playing for 5 games at the end of the season is completely different than playing a full 16 games in a season. So you're going to see mistakes. It's how he bounces back from that. We saw some issues last year. If you guys go watch Brett Coleman on YouTube, he did an entire video on breaking down Drew Lock's film. And there were a couple, I won't say issues, but worrisome areas. You know, he made a couple bad passes. They were almost intercepted, and it seemed like he started doubting himself. So now he's had a full offseason to really connect with his wide receivers, build that rapport, build that timing, that trust between each other. And so when he makes a mistake, is he going to start doubting himself again? Or how does he handle that? And I think that's what's going to really early on define what kind of quarterback he is. Because, look, that's if you don't have that, that's not really something you can. Maybe it's something you can train.
Well, you got to have short memory when it comes to the bad things. Yeah. I mean, you just have to forget about it and move on. And then you do have to remember the good plays that you make, because he's going to have to capitalize on that. At least he will have some guys to depend on for the running game that will give him a little momentum when he's not getting his arm going. So we have other weapons to use. I think Noah Fant's going to come in and make some big things happen as well.
We don't have Joe Stucco. We have somebody who can move. It's going to be awesome. Okay, Ayla. Hey, guys, once again, before we give our score predictions here, halftime hash with Ray. Have your Facebook page open. It's going to go live a few minutes before, and then as soon as halftime starts, mute your TV. It doesn't matter what those halftime people say. They're dumb anyway. Ray's way more fun, and you're going to love them. So check out the halftime hash. With that being said, Ayla, it's time for we need a cool video for this part. It's time for our score predictions or something. That was really lame. But
I've got my super fancy. I didn't just write it right now on a piece of paper. Yes, I did. But I will go Broncos 24-17 over the Titans. Make it happen.
Hold on. Okay. Well, with that being said.
Did you write down the same thing, Kat?
No, I did not write down the same thing. I'm going to get this up here. 24-17. And I think it's going to be closer.
Really? Okay.
I would even say.
I'm really bad at this, but if I were to get it.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. You know, I do 28-24.
28-24. I'm writing that down.
Write it down. Here we go.
Got it.
So this is why we need Matt running the background here, because I'm trying to do all of it at the same time.
You are amazing. And
Matt's funny.
We don't own.
He's funny looking, which is why he's behind the scenes. But okay, Ayla, you are guessing 24-17. I have the Broncos winning, of course, 28-24. Guys, we are not too far away from kickoff here, so we're gonna go grab another beer. In fact, I'm going to have to finish. I hardly drink this one. So I'm going to go finish that and then get another one and get ready for kickoff week 1, Denver versus Tennessee at Mile High. Last game of week 1. Ayla, let's get it.
Let's go Broncos. Who's excited?
Broncos.
Me.
Well, I'll even give a nice little Mile High salute, you know. So
perfect.
There we go. Hey guys, we'll see you all at halftime. Well, Raymond, we'll see you guys at halftime. Can't wait to see you there. And then check out all our podcasts later on in the week. So With that being
Come
said,
follow us on Instagram. Throw your scores down before it's too late. I got a prize. Get them in there, you guys.
let's do it. Okay, go Broncos, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Go Broncos. Cheers.
Cheers.